Now, I'm a big believer when we train calisthenics that we want to make it as simplistic as possible. So what I'm going to take you through today is my simple go-to straight arm strength for all levels. It only consists of two movements, being the planche and the front lever. Now this is a great simple superset going between planche and front lever positions, and the only piece of equipment you really need is something to hang off of. So it could be a low bar, it could be a normal chin-up bar, or it could be a set of rings. And then depending on your level, we can just let time dictate the intensity or the positions that we go into. So as a warm-up, we just need to do longer duration holds. So let's go 20 seconds. So that time is going to dictate the position or the progression we're using of the planche and the front lever. Now, because I've done this so many times already, I know that for my progression, for my warm-up set for 20 seconds, a comfortable hold is going to be a tuck position for the planche and then an open tuck for the front lever. Now, if you're newer to these movements, you might not be up into a full tuck planche yet. You might be doing a supported position. So you might be tiptoes, you might have band assist, you might be in a planche lean position, but just a position where you can hold for 20 seconds. So I said I can hold this for 20. And then for my front lever, it's going to be more of an open tuck. So heels at the butt, knees more in line with the hips, and then holding that position. So front lever is normally easier for most people, hard to talk in. Now obviously if you're newer to it, you might be in a high hip tuck position, you might be in a lower hip tuck position, but just see where you can hold for that 20 seconds. And then we can go into our working sets. Now our working sets are going to differ depending on your level, your training history, and what other skills you're working towards. And I'd recommend the beginner is doing 10-second holds times 3 to 4 sets. So it's not too much volume, it's going to fit around the other training that you're doing. The hold times are somewhere in the middle, so you can really focus on those quality repetitions, setting up that scapula into the correct position and maintaining control through the whole rep. Intermediate to advanced, I'd recommend you're still doing some sort of warm-up with 20-second plus holds in lower intensity positions, but then you start to wind it up a little bit harder. So I'd go 10-second hold times 1 set. For me, second set, I might start to open my planche up, 10-second hold to maybe a frog position, something like that. Pause for a second to check out the rainbow, and then go into your front lever hold. So for me, a 10-second hold is going to be more like a straddle position. So something like that. But obviously the positions that you do will be different to me, and the positions that I do will depend on how I feel on the day. So my shoulder feels really weird. I hurt it a little bit killing zombies in VR. So I'm being very careful, and that's why I'm going with a very static session today and not doing any of the dynamic stuff. But now with these remaining working sets, I'm going to push the boundary and be around the 6 to 8 seconds. But you could drop that down even more. So if I went to 4 to 6 seconds, I'm going to have to increase my sets to maybe 8 to 10. But when you get down to this is going to be more advanced. So this time is dictating the position that we're doing and also the amount of sets that we're doing. The less time per set, the more sets that you need to do. So let's see what position I can get for 4 to 6 seconds. So more of a straddle position, and notice the lack of talking now, I'm pushing the limits. And then for the front lever, playing with being in an open hip position. It's not quite a full straight position for me. And then I brought the legs open a little bit to make sure that I got the hold time instead of just collapsing down. So I'm going to be around that straddle planche position and then the open hip straddle, trying to get more to that straight position for the front lever. Then I'm just going to ride the edge of that for the remaining sets. Now as I get tired, I'll pull back to easier positions, but I'm still going to try and maintain the time. But I'll do the opposite as I peak. I normally get my best holds around set 4 and 5. So there I'm going to be trying to push the limits of these positions, but still try and stay within these hold times. Now I personally hold the planche a higher priority than the front lever, so I always train it in this way round, do the planche first, supersetted with the front lever. But if you was the opposite, I'd just flip them over and do the front lever first, followed by the planche. If I didn't have zombie shoulder, I would definitely do a couple of dynamic movements to finish, but they're definitely not needed, and especially not needed for the beginner. If you need help with your training and your program, check out my app, link is down in the description. Let me know where you are with your planche and front lever journey down in the comments, and I'll speak to you in the next one.